Guys, today we are talking about another part of speech. So we've learned about things called verbs, which are action words, and nouns, which are people, places, and things. And we've learned about adjectives, which are describing words. And today we're learning about these three little tiny short words, a, an, and the. And they are called articles. I don't know why they're called articles, they just are. And when you do writing, we use these words all the time. And when you do reading, they're some of the very first words that are sight words that you guys learn. All right, so in the first sentence, in the first part, we're going to look at the two articles, a and an. And there are different times in your writing that you would use one or the other. These two sentences are not talking about any particular spider or ant. They're just general spiders and general ants, and they don't have proper names or proper nouns or anything like that. Now, my question to you is, why do you think one is used instead of another? So in this sentence, it says, a spider has 8 legs. And look, there he is. There's our little spider hanging out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, sure enough. That is a spider, and it has 8 legs. But why do we say a spider instead of an spider? Did you hear that when I said that? Did you hear how funny that sounded? A spider has 8 legs. What about this one? An ant has 6 legs. Now notice I didn't say a ant. I said an ant. But why? Oh, these questions, these grammar rules, they're so confusing, right? All right, here's your answer. It just doesn't sound right to say a ant. And it doesn't sound right to say an spider. So here's the rule. If you have a noun that begins with a consonant, you always use a spider, or a horse, or a tornado. I don't know why I said that. That's not an animal or a bug. It's just a weather pattern. I don't know. And then when we have an, we always put an in front of a noun that starts with a vowel. Now here's an easy way to remember which ones are consonants and which ones are vowels. All you have to do is learn your vowels. So vowels are letters like A, E, I, O, and U. Sometimes Y, but in this case, we're not going to even think about Y. So these are our vowels, A, E, I, O, U. So if you have a word that starts with any of these letters, you always have to use the form an. You can't say A. So you can't say a elephant or a apple. You would say an elephant, an apple. All right, and then in the second part, we're looking at the article the. The is a pretty simple word that we use a lot, and we don't even realize we're saying it. It's one of the most used words in the English language, the, and a lot of times it starts off a sentence. Notice too, these articles are always in front of a noun, just like our adjectives were always in front of a noun. Not always, but most of the time. Now, the word the can be anywhere in a sentence, but it is often in front of a noun also. So this is a noun, spider and ants. We know our nouns because they're things. And so let's see how they're used in both of these sentences. The spider is spinning its web. Okay, so there's its web, there's our little spider spinning, spinning, spinning. And the word the is used at the beginning. I want you to listen to this sentence. If we leave out the word the, spider is spinning its web. Did you hear the difference? It's not wrong, but here's the difference. This is just talking about any old spider. It's not spider, its name is Spider. If we were reading a book about a spider named Spider, then we could say spider is spinning its web. But because it's just some generic general spider, we're going to say the spider. Same thing with the ants are crawling home. Look, here they go. Doot, 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 doot. They're going home to their little ant house. Do ants live in houses that look like this? No, probably not. They probably don't. Although how cute would it be if they did, right? They could be like, hey guys, we're home. Walk into the door. Come on, let's go. We're going home into our house. All right, so listen to how this sentence sounds without the word the. Ants are crawling home. And again, it's not necessarily incorrect, but if you're just talking about a general group of ants, we want to always use the word the ants. Now, think about it this way. What if you were saying, you were talking about your dog Spot, let's just say. Spot is going home. All right, so Spot is a proper noun, so it has a capital S. So Spot is going home. Let's just see if Spot and the ants go to the same house. Now, if we said Spot is going home, that's a proper sentence. But we wouldn't say the Spot is going home. Because if we said the Spot, the reader might think we're actually talking about a spot, like a blob, and not a dog. So sometimes we don't use the word the in front of we don't ever use the word the in front of a proper noun, unless you went to Ohio State, which, that's a conversation for another day. Maybe your parents know. Okay, so in this part, we're going to practice seeing which article to use where. And let's see if we can figure out which ones we need to use for each one. Remember our rule for a and an. If your noun starts with an A, E, I, O, or U, you have to use the word an. All right, so pay attention. So our nouns are bee and egg. In this first sentence, it says, I see blank bee. So our choices are A or an. What do you think? I see a bee. I see an bee. Which sounds right to you? Yeah, you're right. I see a bee. I see a bee. Eek! I see a bee. I hope there's no bee in here. All right, number 2 says, I see blank egg. Ooh, look at the beginning of the word egg. What letter is that? You're right, it's an E, and that is a vowel, which means, da-da-da-da. Yes, I see an egg. Because that started with a vowel, we know that we're going to use the form an for our article right there. Listen how it sounds with I see a egg. That just sounds like It sounds choppy, doesn't it? It doesn't sound quite right. I see an egg. All right, number 3 says, blank bees buzz in their hive. All right, so check this out. We could choose to use the word a or the, but one of them is correct and one of them isn't. And this has to do with this letter right here, the S, because there are more than one bee. We can't say a bees buzz in their hive because that makes no sense. A would indicate that there's just one. A bee buzzes in its hive would be how you would say that. So in this case, what would you use? The bees. The bees buzz in their hive. Now how about this one? This is blank egg is in a nest. Would we say a egg is in a nest? We could say an egg is in a nest. Or we could say the egg is in a nest, couldn't we? Yes, the egg is in a nest. A and an can be tricky, but again, if you can remember that an always goes in front of a noun that starts with an A, E, I, O, or U, you will be golden.